And finally, let's overview our millennials, or the Generation Yers, as this generation has definitely seen and heard a great deal during their lifetime, given all of the media and technology outlets that have evolved over time. This is the most technologically savvy group, as further illustrated by their development of social networking websites, such as Facebook, MySpace, and YouTube, just to name a few. This generation is labeled as always being on, either using text messaging, instant messaging, emailing, or other forms of communication. Some of us may even come forward and admit now that we sent our first text message because our sons, daughters, nephews, or even grandchild was sending them, and we got hooked to yet another form of communication and social networking. And while some of you from various generations may frown upon these types of social networking, it really has made our world a much smaller and a more connected place. This generation is looking for experiences that provide them great personal fulfillment. They don't necessarily need one career. They may and will likely have several careers during their lifetime. And this also doesn't necessarily mean different employers, but actual changing of careers, which is referred to as having parallel careers. Millennials are defined as having a much shorter attention span. So as employers, we definitely need to be prepared to keep these individuals engaged and listen to their inquiries and opportunities for more cross-functional experiences. I would also like to point out that this generation was primarily raised by the baby boomer generation, which are also referred to as helicopter parents, and some people even refer to the millennials as echo boomers because of the traits their parents passed on to them. The boomers raised the millennials to be involved in everything, but yet we helped them make so many decisions during their lifetime that sometimes now, as they enter the workforce, they may have difficulty making independent decisions and utilizing critical thinking skills. Managers and peers alike of other generations need to be cognizant of this, as they may need to devote quality time to assist this generation with their decision-making timelines. This group of individuals, the Gen Yers, strive to work in teams, and they have been interacting across borders basically since they were small children. They are more connected than we'll likely ever comprehend, and they can probably Google any piece of data faster than we can sometimes finish our question or sentence. While millennials are very ambitious, unfortunately sometimes they can be misconstrued as being clueless because they have so much technology and so many resources at their fingertips that sometimes they need direction on how to get from point to point from a more traditional manner. But definitely don't underestimate this generation. They're more street smart than many of us, and due to the defining experiences in their lifetime, have a strong sense of volunteerism, and they need this freedom from their employers to make sure they feel involved with various organizations and charities. Millennial defining experiences are a child-focused world, violence, busy over planned lives, stress, Clinton Lewinsky, Columbine, 9/11, technology like Facebook, MySpace, YouTube, the Wii systems, and their heroes include Bill Gates, the New York City firefighters, Joe Torre, and the American women's soccer team. Next, we are going to talk about some defining characteristics of each of the generations.